This video is our presentation of e-commerce China Dang Dang Inc. It's a New York Stock Exchange company trading their ticker DANG. This chart has a history of bouncing right around this $4 level. Last December hit 411. Here at the beginning part of June hit 442 and bounced, making a slightly higher low this time. Bouncing off of 485. Nice up day yesterday, around 10%, 1.5 million shares traded. Plenty of liquidity in this stock. Looks like the MACD is going to make a higher low. Histogram bars moving back towards zero. Ideally, that bullish cross will complete itself and then repeat like other occurrences with a nice rise in price per share. Similar look with the PPO. ADX is in a pretty decent reversal position. Negative DI starting to come down. Positive DI making its way upward. ADX itself still down pretty low, but I'd look for an upward trend to continue. Show that the chart is gaining some strength to the direction. Of course, there has been a pretty good sell-off lately. MFI says that people are picking up shares at low price, but all three components that I use have rotated, starting to make a turn upward. Accumulation distribution, even with the sell-off, is not showing steep drops, still holding a baseline. Shaking money flow now starting to move back towards zero. It's early on, but it says that buying and selling pressure is equalizing a little bit. CCI just now making its breakthrough negative 100. It's a first indication for bottom feeders. They'll use that as a buy point. It'll be a hold unless it rotates down and breaks back through negative 100. Full stows in oversold territory, and again, early on but making a little bit of a move. The stow is a sign of momentum, and with the upward buying pressure yesterday, it did help the stow start to make a slight rotation. Tricks like the MACD, I'd be looking for an upward trend, so I want to see this higher low be held, and a bullish cross of the 15 breaking back through the 9. RSIs are also a gauge of momentum. Buying pressure came in yesterday, sharp turn, 7 breaking back up through the 14 and 21, and I'll be looking for that break of 50 to show that momentum is becoming very strong in this play. As I mentioned, the one thing that I do like in the grander picture, making higher lows, this 3-day candle pattern right here could basically be considered a morning star pattern. A definite downtrend was established throughout the month of July. A hammer dropped on Monday, and then a gap upward and a strong push, closing near the highs on Tuesday. So now I'd be looking for another green day to confirm the pattern and see how this stock reacts when it takes on some resistance right around this point. See, historically, right around $5.80 was a tough spot for it. Just above that at $6.10, it held it as support after a move. And although not clearly defined, you can definitely see that there is some resistance falling right along that $6 mark again. 50-day moving average is registering 584. So as I say so many times, it's difficult to put a pinpoint on resistance. I look at it more like it's a fat tip marker because it's going to be across a general area. I'd call that area from around $5.90 up to around $6.10. Of course, if the stock did want to pull back, I'd look for it to hold this old low right here, but be well aware of the fact that it could come back down to $4.40 or perhaps even $4. Right now, it's the play that I'm looking for continued upward pressure, and if it can move, I want to see if it's going to push back through the 50 and possibly go up here and challenge old highs at $7. But this is an interesting stock because even though it comes in with a $5.40 per share price tag, it does make some pretty large moves. 10% in one day to go up here and challenge resistance, about another 10%. And then beyond that, it has to add about $1 a share to challenge the next real level of resistance. So there can be some pretty substantial upsides to it. As I mentioned, volume is not an issue, and I'd look for that volume to stay strong and see if it can confirm this pattern with today's trading. Those are the type of things that I'd be looking for in the DANG chart. But as always, it's merely my interpretation. Thank you for watching, and trade smart.